Hello everyone, this is teacher Michelle. Welcome to my video on Introduction to Model Drawing. Okay, I often have students who ask me, okay, what exactly is model drawing? Okay, so what is the purpose of drawing maths model? And then what is the perfect or right maths model? And what are the common mistakes in model drawing? Okay, so I'll answer those questions in a short while. Okay, so when we talk about model drawing, okay, we are basically using the rectangle to represent all the information from your work problem. So rectangular, when we talk about rectangular, we're looking at things like this, okay? So we will have one rectangle to represent one parameter that is given in the question, okay? So, and always bearing in mind that this one rectangular block doesn't mean that the exact quantity, okay, they have, okay? Later we'll look at it in more details. Okay, so if I have 5 parameters, you are seeing 5 rectangle being drawn, okay, for the question. So in maths model, they can help to solve like 98% of your complex word problem. So we are talking about complex word problem here. So the remaining 2% of the complex word problem are questions such as your guess and check and your pattern recognition. So those questions are better solved using other method rather than model drawing. Okay, so basically the purpose of drawing maths model is to represent all the information, okay, in your word problem, okay, visually. So I can at one glance see what are the parameters that are given and what are the parameters I need to find. Okay, so this is very important because humans are able to see things better visually. Okay, so there isn't a perfect model, so to speak. Okay, a right model will be one that can help you to solve the word problem accurately and then in the shortest time. Okay, so some of the common mistakes, okay, in maths model are, okay, so for example, I have this question. Okay, Ali has 5 more sweets than Jane. Okay, so my some students will actually draw, okay, because Jane has one block. Okay, so 5 more means I draw 6 blocks for Ali. So this is not correct because like okay, here mentioned 5 more. It doesn't mean that there's 5 blocks. Okay, so the more correct way is to draw them in one block. So I like this case itself, I shaded green. I don't know how many are there in one block, but I know that Ellie has 5 more. So I have two of them will have the same block, except that Ali has 5 more. So one more block, then I put a number 5. Okay, so that will be a more correct way of representing the information, okay, in a maths model. Okay, so when compared to the earlier example you've seen here, when they have 5 blocks, so that is not correct because one block doesn't mean that it's one street. Okay, so this is a very, very common mistake that students make. Okay, so let us expand the question. So for example, Ali has 5 more sweets than Jane. He bought 10 more sweets, and then now they have 25 sweets altogether. So how many sweets does Ali have at first? Okay, so the first step is always to draw your the rectangle. Then after that, I need to label. So for example, this is Ali. Okay, this is Jane. Okay, I always tell students in the interest of time, okay, you don't spell out the name, you just put A and J. Okay, so for first lesson, I will just spell it out. Okay, okay, so like just now we mentioned that they have the same block, but Ali has 5 more sweets, so this is 5 more. So I put in 10 here. Okay, then after that, what I have done is I have put in the first sentence. Okay, it has 5 more. So this part will cover the red unit as well as yellow unit will cover what is in the model. Then the second part is he bought 10 more sweets. So I draw in another 10 here. So do you see I actually put in sentence by sentence into my model. And then now I'm going into the third sentence. They had the 25 sweets now. Okay, so I'm going to put this to say that this whole block is 25 sweets. Okay, so this is my 25 sweets. Okay, and then from here, you can tell that I'm representing everything in my visual diagram. So actually, once you have done it, okay, what you need to find is Ali. So let me put a question mark here. Okay, so right now, okay, I don't need to refer to my problem anymore. Okay, so I tell students each time they finish drawing their model, okay, they have to refer to the question to the word problem again, and then look at it whether they have drawn it correctly. Okay, so if they have confirmed that they have drawn it correctly, then they don't need to refer to their question anymore. Okay, why this is because students often get very confused, especially when there's very long word problem. Then students start to read sentence by sentence. The more they read, the more confused they are. Okay, so once we have already transferred everything that is in word problem into my model, I don't need to refer anymore to whatever that is given in the word problem. So I'll just need to solve. Okay, so from this, we can tell that, okay, I have 25 sweets here. I have extra 10 and 15 here. So my first step is, my step 1 is I need to take the 25 sweets minus of the excess, which is the 5, the number 5 and the number 10. So that will give me 10 sweets. Okay, and where does this 10 sweets? This 10 sweets is actually from where? From this red block. So did you see, if you are using a model, the next step is I see that there are 2 blocks. One block, we call it as 1 unit. Okay, so I have 2 blocks. So 2 units represent my 10 sweets. Okay, so when I have 2 blocks representing 10 sweets, so I will have 1 unit. Okay, I call it 1 unit per se. So I have 1 unit is my 5 sweets. Okay, so the question asks, okay, how many does Ali has at first? Okay, this part Ali has at first. Okay, at first means I shouldn't be including. Okay, so that's my step 3. I shouldn't be including this 10, correct? Because this 10 is what I have, what Ali has bought later on. Okay, so what I do is, because from this diagram itself, you see that Ali has this red unit. Okay, so it's actually, which is my 5 sweets plus the additional 5. Okay, that he has more than James, the yellow unit. So total 10 sweets. Okay, of course, this is a relatively simpler question. Okay, as we go along, you can see there are more complex word problem, and you will begin to appreciate the beauty of having the model to help you solve the problem. Okay, this question. Okay, there are 4 times as many adults as children in the mall. Okay, so my technique is, I will do sentence by sentence, the first sentence. Only when you can't do the sentence into your model drawing, then I'll skip that. But skip that means doesn't mean that you skip that forever. I'll skip that for the time being. Then after that, I'll place the information back in when I've fully drawn the model. Okay, so my adult is here, right? So like I say, I don't want to spell out to cut short the time. Okay, so adult and children, there are 4 times. After 132 adults and 9 children left or went home. So 132 adults and 9 children. So I don't know where is 132. So let me put here first as 9 first. Okay, let me change to the different color. Okay, so let's say this part here is my 9. Okay, and then there is equal number of adults and children left. So definitely, do you agree from here that this part itself is actually because they say equal number left, what is left here? This is what is left for children. Since, you notice I have not put in the 132. Okay, I have put in this 9, but I have not put in 132. Then because I don't know where's 132. So let me move on to the next sentence. There was an equal number of adults and children left. So since this is the one in bracket, this is what is left for children, do you agree that this part is what is left for adult? Okay, because they're same equal number. Okay, so since I have 9 here, this part will definitely be 9. And do you agree that right now I have 1 unit here? Okay, so 1 unit here. This forms 1 unit. All this purple color are my 1 unit, then 2 unit. Okay, pardon me if it's not accurately drawn in highlight, because I draw it out so that you can see. So there are 4 units. So for each unit, do you notice that I can actually divide it into 9? So I put this as 9. I'm just following what I have in the first unit, first unit. Okay, so if every unit I have 1 line that is 9, and I know that all this forms my 132, because this is what is left, correct? This is what I have here from this sentence, 132 adults left. So then do you agree that, okay, I have 132, right? So I have extra of 9 in each unit. So I need to minus off that first, right? So 132 minus, okay, 9 minus 9 minus 9 minus 9. So in short, it's actually 132, okay, minus your 36. Okay, so what is this 96? So this 96 will be for where? For this part. Okay, let me put it in blue here. So, okay, green. Okay, so this, do you agree? Because this whole block itself is 132. So I already minus off 9, minus off 9, minus off 9, minus off 9. So this is 132 for everything. So I minus off all the 9, this is 96. So my 96 is actually for how many units? Yes, 3 units. Okay, so 3 units. It is your 96, sorry. So 1 unit. We always, for students who are, I'll encourage you all to find 1 unit first. Okay? Because later when you check your maths problem, you have to check in details. So I know those students who are faster, they usually skip the 1 unit, then they immediately find what they need. Okay, so but I will still recommend you all to find the 1 unit. So 1 unit 32. So it means all the green one are 32. So this is also my 32. This is also my 32. Then did you see once you have everything here, I started off with this blue and then all the way until here. All these are in my diagram. So they say, how many children are there at first? So straight away, I just put in children. What you need to find, the number of children at first will be 32 plus 9. Because 9 is what eventually left. So 32 plus 9, that gives you 41. Okay, so this is how you can actually make use of maths model to help you solve your maths problem. Okay, so if you like my explanation, okay, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, and then you can also go to my website. Okay, I will be posting more videos in details. Okay, how to solve different types of words problem, especially for those very, very complex ones. Okay, so I'll see you then.